Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. You're listening to Gunslingers, brought to you from behind the Iron Curtain on Radio Free California. Right here on
the Motor Slinger Syndicated Radio Network. Am I on?
You know, Kevin, what is going on? How come we can't hear us? Can you guys hear us okay? Because I can barely hear me.
Yeah, I can hear it.
All right.
Turn the volume up.
I did. I've actually turned it up twice already. Oh, well, we'll figure that out on the break. In the meantime, we'll limp along and figure it out. This is a live radio show. Anyway, this is a Motor Slinger show, guys. This is your chance to call in and talk to the one and only Leon the Motorman. And, of course, his partner, George.
Yeah.
Wait, that didn't sound good.
George the airplane guy.
George the airplane. How about his sidekick, George? That sounds better than partner.
Right. You guys are a dynamic duo, as they say.
Good friend, George.
There you go. Everybody say hello.
Hello, everyone.
I've already put my foot in my mouth. So
welcome to the Gunslinger Show.
Day, everybody.
Happy
the Motor Slinger.
There you go. Okay.
These are always a special night, folks. So make sure you're calling in. You're giving your thank yous and all before you start speaking up. But 866-870-5752 just to start getting them in.
Okay, and online.
Yeah. If you want to put up your comment or your question online, we're on YouTube, X, Rumble, and Facebook Live. Just look for Gunslinger Radio or Gunslinger Auctions.
And we're trying to figure out Insta Live, too. I guess there's one of those, and we're trying to get something into that, too. So hopefully we'll be working on that.
You guys are all so high-tech, I tell you.
Don't look at me. I just hear this stuff and parrot it out. What's an Insta, anyway? Instamatic. Camera, I get.
There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, well, since the last we saw you, how you been?
I've been pretty good. I still have this cough that's coming over that just can't shake this thing for some reason or another. I need to start drinking or something.
Burn it out.
You mean drinking earlier?
Well, there's that. Yeah.
But I've been fine, and what a pleasure it is just to be here with you and Jimmy, Jeff, and thank you so much for having me on, having us on.
We appreciate you coming in because I know you got a busy schedule, and I picked up the SHOT Show flu in January when we were out in Vegas, and I still can't hear out of my right ear. I can't figure this out for the life of me, and so I understand. I don't have it so much in the throat, but man, I can't. It is so plugged, and so one of these days I'm going to actually break down and go to a doctor.
Yeah,
hey, you know my doctor, Dr. Vinny Boom Botts. You know
that'd be a last resort. Right?
What
absolute last. If I can maybe I can get him on the phone.
Not anymore.
No, no. Yeah, for a while though, Kaiser was okay about you could call in and talk to your doctor.
They still
are. Are they? Because we'll show you last time I called a doctor. Was it 98?
98.
Well, you call into the show and you can get information about airplanes and all motorized things, you know, cars, boats, airplanes.
Weed whackers.
If it hums, purrs, or moves people, we love, at least I love to talk about it, and you do too as well, Jeff.
I absolutely do. And if it shoots or goes bang, you can call for that too.
So whatever you need, folks, we got your bases covered.
Pretty much anything man cave related. Just give us a call. Yeah, we don't have Mark tonight, so we can't do it. Anyway, so what else is going on in Leon's world?
Yeah. We're just flying a little bit with George and just doing my everyday things. And I got an announcement to make. I just heard on the way over here, I'm going to be a great grandfather again in September.
Congratulations.
My granddaughter called me on the way, in the car, and be number 3 great granddaughter.
Wow. That is really cool.
What a blessing.
Yeah. Well, my boy Andy's going to have a baby in June, right? Yeah, and so, or July. I think it's July. And so I'll be grandpa number 5?
Very good.
4,
yeah, I think
5. Yeah, counting Noah.
Yeah. And so I'm way behind you, but
you're catching up
slowly but surely. Yeah. So, okay, George, what about you?
Yeah. Well, since the last time we were on the show, I had my right knee replacement surgery done, and I really don't recommend it to anybody who's not strong of will and character. It's a real painful recovery process. The operation itself is a breeze. I was in and out in 5 hours from the whole place, but the recovery is a pain.
20 years of being a roofer, I don't have knees anymore. I don't have to worry.
Knees.
Nothing there to replace. Okay, you know what? You want to jump over and say hey to Richard at the airport?
Go.
Hey, Richard, what's up?
There you go. Richard, how are you?
You magnificent motor slinger.
I think George got something he wants to talk to you about.
Hey, Richard, I did not see you at the Condor St. Patty's Day dinner last night. What happened to you?
I wasn't able to get there.
Oh, you know, we got Uber. They can come pick you up.
No, I mean, I had things. I was tied up with flight training.
We don't need to hear about
that's
your
a pretty
love
good
life.
excuse.
Yeah, I like
okay,
that
Richard.
story.
Yeah. All right. Well, for folks that don't know, the Condors is a club, an association. It's a nonprofit public service organization of pilots, aviation enthusiasts, and ex-military folk. And the whole purpose of those Condors is to honor veterans with our World War II restored military trainers called T6s. And we do flybys at military funerals, veterans, and opening ceremonies at like the Winter Nationals and other events like that. So Richard's a very good member, and he was noticeably missing last night.
I'll make it to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, Richard, what's your question for tonight?
Well, I want to talk to Leon about parachutes. Now, as a lot of people don't know this, but when you go into an aircraft and do aerobatics, by regulation, everybody has to have an emergency parachute.
You're right. I had to have one.
Right. The problem is the FAA doesn't require you to know how to use it.
Don't.
I think
So
you'll
that's-
learn pretty quick.
Right.
Yeah.
Steep learning
You know
curve
what they-
there.
When
You know
I
what
had
they
my
say?
biplane, my Great Lakes, I had to tell people and give them for a ride and install the parachute, tell them how to use it, which side of the plane to jump out of on just in the event that I'm going to go left. You go right out of the plane, and see you later.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Well, you know what they say: if your parachute doesn't open when you bail out, you've got the rest of your life to figure that out.
Short as that may be.
Right. Well, that's it. So what I tell people to do, if they ever want to go flying aerobatics for a ride, they should really learn about parachutes before they go up, because a little 10-minute tutorial doesn't really cut it if
That's
you
true.
have to bail out.
Well, I wish I would have known that 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I got a
You know
story
what?
later for it.
And-
Yeah.
You know, in the military, they spend like 2 weeks on learning how to parachute.
Wow.
They didn't teach me that when I was in the
All
Army.
Richard, you got a joke for us tonight?
Yeah, you know, tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, and how would you describe a leprechaun who's also a fortune teller that just broke out of prison? How would you describe him?
That's a complicated one.
You got me.
I give.
A small, medium, and large.
Layers. There's layers
On that note,
to
Richard,
this.
we'll talk to you next week.
God bless you.
See you later.
I was telling George earlier that I had the pleasure, my wife Dixie Bell and I, to be in the St. Paddy's Parade in Dublin, Ireland.
Oh,
No
how cool
kidding.
is that?
With the mayor. Yeah.
That is really cool. And really quick, okay, my daughter-in-law works at a place down in Corona called Wood Ranch, and she gets a gentleman that comes in and always asks her questions about our show. He says he likes our show. And this week he came in and he was super excited because Leon's coming on, because Leon is his idol. His name is Neil Matranga. What is it? Matranga Restoration. So, Leon, say hello to him.
Good evening, Neil, and thanks so much for being a listener and actually a friend.
There you go.
Hey.
Well, yeah, because you know what? That's how I feel about everybody that
I say the same thing.
You know, people say, "Oh, I'm a fan of your show." No, you're just a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Fans are the things that spin around.
Right.
You're a part of it, especially because our fans here, they really put into this show for us.
To me,
And we
all
thank
my
you
fans
guys.
were family.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know, they're family.
Exactly. That's how we feel here too. So, Okay, well, I picked a bunch of goodies for you. So there's a little Dead Man's Curve popping up. You hear?
Oh, good.
Yeah, of course.
Little Beach Boy stuff.
Oh yeah, we have plenty of Beach Boys, but I know you're a big fan of the XKE.
The Jaguar. That's the only car you had to have a mechanic in the trunk when you ran it.
Oh yeah, but they are cool looking.
Yeah, they're great. They're good when you put a Chevy motor in them. They made a kit that you could put a nice 350 Chevy and it converted over, which I did. A friend of mine, Earl Scheib's son, which unfortunately he's passed away, had a great one, and it was just beautiful, Chevy powered, and I loved it.
Oh man.
I recently learned that the Mr. Ferrari always considered the XKE the most beautiful car ever built.
It'd be right up there.
That could be true.
We got to go to a break. When we get back, we got Rick from the CRPA. You're listening to the Motor Slinger Show right here on
the Gunslinger Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
Yes, we will.